Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing a piano tutorial of They Don't Know About Us by One Direction. I'm going to get right into the thing, starting off with the intro. You can either play this using a one hand or two hands, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to play with one hand first. So if you were to play with two hands, you just basically play the bass note with the left hand. The only reason why I suggest using the one-hand version is that in the later sections of the song, you might want to be playing this pattern with the right hand and doing something else at the same time with the left hand, giving you a more intricate sound to what you're playing. Let me just play this one more time. That was regular speed. I'll slow it down for you. The fingerings are a little tricky, so I'm going to go over them as I play. You go from the thumb to the 2-3, so that you can drop down to the C afterwards. You go from the thumb now to the 2-5, stretch the pinky, and then go to a 1-3-5. Do the same thing as the first, and then 1 to the 2-5, drop down to 1-3, and then drop down to the triad. Okay, so that's the beginning. Okay, so now I'm going to be going over the first verse. It's somewhat long, but surprisingly simple. I'm going to go over it at regular speed and then slow it down for you the second time. So here goes. That's it. Second time, I'll go over slowly and make some comments as I go along. D, C, G major, into A minor, and just through a string of two notes here, into F major, and 2, 3. C major, and make sure you do watch the fingering very carefully there, and then E, G this time, and those 4 notes aren't exactly the notes that they play in the song. I just thought they were appropriate since I couldn't really hear what they did that clearly, so it's just D, G, E, D. Right? Okay, so that's the first verse. Alright, so now I'm going to be going over the first chorus. There's an interim period that lasts about a couple measures before the chorus where it's just straight percussion. You guys don't need to worry about that. You can play whatever you want during that period. I'm going to start right from the pickup of the first chorus. Again, you can either choose to do what I did exactly, or I'm going to play something slightly more complicated in the next section for you guys to follow. But just in terms of what I just did right there, it's actually pretty simple. Right hand, you're going to be repeating this pattern the entire time. Something that we've played already from the intro in the first verse. So it's D, E, D, C, A, G. And then left hand is just alternating octaves, right? So I'm going to play a little slower this time. Do grace note, G, D, pattern again. Slightly different here. I try to change it up a little. So left hand, it goes as follows. So. And right at this last note, you start the right hand. So sounds better in my opinion. So the second section goes as follows. Okay, so that's the chorus. I'm going to be playing a more complicated version right after this. Alright, so now I'm going to be going over a slightly more complicated version of the chorus. And by slightly more complicated, I mean that my right hand stays largely the same, but my left hand uses more notes that are consistent with the chord progression of the chorus. And I also put more accents and emphases on certain downbeats, as well as use the pedal to my advantage to create a sound that sounds more intense and more emphatic. So here is just something. I'm not going to be going over this in slow motion or anything. This is just to give you all some ideas for your own version for your chorus. So here goes nothing. So you saw my right hand was largely the same. I was just adding some stuff, jumping around with the chord progression and putting more emphases. So that's basically how you want to think about it. I'm going to go over to the bridge now for the next section. Alright, so now I'm going to be going over the bridge. And the thing with the bridge, well, first of all, there's no second verse because the second verse is essentially the first verse cut in half. So just go back to the first verse to figure out what notes to play there. So I'm going right into the bridge, and it's going to go as follows. Okay, so I'll just go over it slowly again. It might not be exactly the same as I've played it the first time. I do slight changes in my left hand sometimes just out of habit. So here goes. 2 notes here, D, C again. I change it up here, so right hand it goes like. One more time. And then, again, same thing. Slightly different here. Right there is a B, A, and then I play that twice into a B, G. Okay, so the whole thing is going to sound like this. And then we're going to go right into this part, which is very easy. It's just chords, the chord progression of the entire song. G, A minor, F, C. Hold down this G, because it's going to transition right back into the chorus, right? Right? So, that's the bridge, very simple. There's going to be one section left, so hang in there. Alright, so now I'm going to be going over the last part of the song, which is namely the last 10 seconds. After the bridge, the song iterates the chorus twice, so we don't need to go over that. So this is the last 10 seconds of the song. All singing is done, and it's just piano solo. Sort of sounds really nice. So this is going to start with a pickup of an A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to play that one more time at a slightly slower pace. pretty self-explanatory. The only hard part of this last section is in the very beginning. Right here. From this thumb, you need to go down to a G first inversion. So that jump might get you mistakes, but shouldn't be that bad after you practice it a while. Alright, so that's it for the song They Don't Know About Us. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.